Hello, this is Janet from sunny Worcestershire, and I'm in my back garden. Not a huge garden, it's a usual length, I would say, for a modern garden, but it's a bit wider than some because we have a bungalow on a slightly wider plot. Not huge, and I've managed to put 10 trees into the space since we've remodelled it. There is one big, as you can see behind me, holly, which was here originally, that I left, but we took out a huge lime tree that was rotting and in danger of limbs falling off over our neighbour's fence and maybe catching their bungalow. So we had to take that down, which gave us opportunities to plant a lot more trees. And my main aim was to plant trees that are pretty, nice to look at, but also good for wildlife. I've started with the worst, and I'm going to leave the best till last. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and please subscribe. Thank you. This is a lilac, pretty pastel flowers in late April into May. Very fragrant and very popular with the bees, but I do have a problem with it. When I planted it, I'd hoped that it would help to screen the side of my neighbour's property, but as you can see, it hasn't grown very much, and also it's rather leggy and loose in its growth. It doesn't have much form, so I think perhaps in a less formal area would have been great, but where I've put it, it's not the best tree for that spot. Another disadvantage of the lilac is that when the colour fades from these lovely blossoms, they turn a horrible brown and the flowers need to be removed. You need to deadhead in order to make the tree look presentable. Now this next tree, Amelanchier, I am very fond of. In spring it has lovely fresh green leaves followed by pretty white starlight flowers, and as the summer goes on it produces small berries which the birds absolutely love. And we've had a very rare visitor to the garden, a bullfinch, or 2 or 3 bullfinches actually, that have come just for a day or two to strip the branches. In the autumn it turns a very pretty shade of gold and I love it. We planted it, as you can see, to hide a telegraph pole behind. Not entirely successful, but it's a very nice part of the garden, and I love this tree, would highly recommend it. At the moment it's probably about 5 meters or so tall, shouldn't grow too much taller, and it's light and airy, so it doesn't produce too much shade. A good one for a small garden. Now this little chap is a Malus crabapple, red sentinel. I only put it in last summer and it's got quite a few little branches up the stem. As you probably can see if I get a bit closer, it's had some very pretty blossom which will now turn into crabapples, which you can either use for crab or apple jelly or leave for the birds or Christmas decorations. Very pretty tree, grows up to about 4 meters high. I'm looking forward to when we're about a few years down the line and I can see the shape it's going to take. Probably the biggest tree that I have in my garden is this Prunus Pink Perfection. I bought it grafted onto a trunk, which you can probably see where the join is, and I wasn't expecting it, I suppose, to get quite as big as this. I planted it close to the house, which is fine most of the year, but when the petals fall, and I'm going to take you round to show you this. I get a lot of petals that drift in through the back door, makes a lot of extra housework, but if I wouldn't mind planting another one, but I wouldn't put it quite so close to the house. I'm having to take out branches as they get a bit close, but even so, a very pretty tree, particularly when it's out in flower, pretty frilly blossoms, lovely tree. This is a Magnolia Soulangeana, which looks healthy enough, plenty of leaves, but it's quite old now, well over 20 years. I brought it from my last garden, and I probably only get about 5 flowers on it, which I'm sure isn't right. We did put some post holes in quite close and put concrete in the bottom to hold the posts, which I suspect might have made the ground inappropriate for this tree. It needs a relatively acid to neutral soil, so maybe we've made it too alkaline, but otherwise it's healthy, and I imagine it's going to get a bit bigger than this, probably outgrow the position, and I might have to keep it trimmed, but it's been quite slow growing. This tree was originally known as a rowan, but now been renamed Sorbus, and this particular variety is Chinese lace. It's quite a loose habit, as you can see, lots of airiness in between the branches. You've got lacy leaves and very pretty flowers that are attracted to bees and hoverflies. Later on in the year you get berries, which the birds love as well. Not entirely tidy tree, but it's quite light and airy, so quite good for a small garden, doesn't give too much shade. This is one of my favourite plants in the garden. It's a shrub cum small tree. It can be pruned to shape and size, and it's Cotoneaster cornubia. In the spring, and we're now in the first week of May, it's covered in clusters of buds that will open into white pretty flowers. The bees and hoverflies absolutely adore it, and then come the autumn, all of that blossom becomes berries for blackbirds, but also migrating birds like redwing and fieldfare. They come in their handfuls, I suppose, and strip this tree in 2 or 3 days every year. So I love to see that. Now this is a very common tree actually, and you see it a lot in hedgerows. It's hawthorn. Has the most beautiful little flowers. If you get up close, you can see the detail in them, and they are just lovely. Very, very insect friendly, and of course you get berries in the autumn as well, which means that the birds are very interested in it as well. It doesn't take up too much room, and it provides a nice blossom at this time of year. Now this is an upright red-leaved cherry, mock cherry, prunus. It has some very pretty flowers in the spring, pinkish in colour, not too many. What I like about this is that it's very vertical, very upright, doesn't spread a lot, which means in a small space that can be quite useful as a backdrop for other shrubs. Doesn't take up much room and provides some interesting colour and changes slightly as autumn approaches. Nice tree. Now I've saved the best till last. This is a red hawthorn, Paul Scarlet, and this year it's probably the best that I've seen it. The flowers are just magnificent, very, very pretty, bee friendly, and these will gradually fall and leave haws behind, which the birds will absolutely love in the autumn. Very wildlife friendly, and will probably grow up to about 5 meters tall. I've got it right by the greenhouse, so I'm going to have to take out some of the lower branches to raise the canopy a bit. But that's not a difficult job. Just look at it, it's glorious. My favourite. I hope you found this little stroll around my garden helpful, and that one of these trees might find a place in your garden. Bye from sunny Worcestershire.